good. I'm just testing it out here. Hold on, move your hand once. No, it's solid. Are you actually gonna wear
Should I? Nah.
that?
This thing's mint. This is a good old fashioned Nashville lid right here.
You got it from Nashville?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a miracle that it came back looking as good as it did with Hadley and Peyton in the back seat. I said, you have one mission: get this home safe.
Don't squish it, huh?
Yeah. So put this in a safe spot. No fighting. No fighting around my hat. I'll kill you. I should have got a box for it, honestly, but I didn't.
Where'd you get it at?
Where did I get it at? I got it at. It's like, I don't know, one of the stores. I can't remember what store it was.
One of those Nashville Southern stores where you get hats from.
We get hats.
I like it. So how was your trip? We're just
great.
going to jump right in, my guy. We'll just jump right in. We don't need an introduction. Everybody, you know who he is. You know the guy. You know the boy. Jonas Boelter, the one and only.
That might be a little better.
Getting nice and shiny.
Go back down there.
Yours are bleeding a little bit now after that one.
Yeah, sorry about it.
No, we're good. We're good. We're all good. Trip
Yeah.
was good? Tell us about it. Where'd you go? Why'd you go? How'd you go?
It was a road trip to Nashville for 2 days. It was electric. I'm definitely going back with the fellas.
I want to be a part of that one.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was standing up like top of my favorite restaurant / bar. There was Old Reds. That's Blake Shelton's. Did
Really? I enjoyed it.
I really wasn't gonna think. I was like, I'm not a huge Blake Shelton fan, but that place is a vibe. That place is so sweet. We went into Morgan Wallen's. It's kind of off the beaten path, but it's like cool in there. Who else? We went to Kid Rock. Kid Rock's was pretty cool, and me, Dad, and Renee went out, and it was packed. And the guy that was playing, he started playing that Toby Keith song, the American one. I can't remember what it was
called. Brought to you courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah,
I think it's courtesy of Red, White, and Blue.
But during the guitar solo, he switched over and played the entire national anthem on the electric guitar. Oh, it was great. Yeah, that's how I posted on my story. It's just a reminder that Canada sucks. This is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
So we went in there.
That was at Old Red or Kid Rock?
That was at Kid Rock's. We ate at Old Red's. And I got a smoked turkey bacon ranch wrap. It is the best ranch wrap I've ever had.
Yum. I don't remember getting food there at all, but I really enjoyed the layout of that building because you could be sitting downstairs but also go upstairs, and it was almost like here's the stage, and then you could see all the way around it, and then you go upstairs and it's still the same view from the top balcony. So it was
then
cool
you go.
I like that one.
Then you go way upstairs and you have the whole city view, and then you go inside there's an inside bar, outside bar, and then the whole.
I don't think we made it to the third floor when we were there.
That was a mistake. It's one of the taller ones, so you can see everything.
Really?
You see your bird's eye view of Morgan Wallen throwing a chair.
I saw they made a drink after that.
Yeah, I think that was
at Eric Church.
Is it Eric Church's bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it was Eric
Chiefs
Church's bar. Chiefs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs was.
They had the drink with the chair in it.
That's funny. Chiefs is good. Yeah, it's crazy how the price just fluctuates. I'm not. That's gonna piss me off if I keep sniffing.
Are you sick?
No, I don't think so.
You just sniff? It's just a habit.
I guess. Now but okay. Anyways, so it's crazy that the prices fluctuate so crazy. So you walk in, get the 3 same drinks, it's $60. Then you go down the road, get the same 3 drinks, it's $30. Whoa, what? It's also crazy that 3 drinks cost $60, but that's Nashville. Yeah, then we went where else did we go? We went to Lainey Wilson's. I refused to go inside. I said the last time I stepped foot in there was for Georgia Line's bar, and I will not be going back in there ever again.
Did you wait outside or what?
Yeah, well, Dad was like, "You want to go in there?" I said, "No, I don't." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I got beef."
I got beef. Yeah, this is the home turf.
Because like we're walking down the
Sad.
road, and I like look down the road, and I could like see like the upstairs, and like her sign was like,
Unreal.
I thought I was wearing my FGL House neon shirt that you bought while you were there, but it's from
Rob's.
yeah, 9th Street one.
Shout out 9th Street. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
from
out
9th
9th.
Street. Shout out Rob. But yeah,
Yeah, I did a lot of traveling last year, and I went to stinking Italy. And Nashville was probably one of my favorite cities that I've ever been to in my life.
oh yeah,
And that's saying something, but
not that I've been,
I
but
it's like apples and oranges. It's hard to compare, but I had so much fun at Nashville, just being around the environment, all the music, and just the history of everything, and it was really cool. I mean, obviously Italy was a blast, and there's some very, very cool cities over there for different reasons, but I don't know. It's hard to decide. I can kind of eat my words, but
well,
I enjoyed
I'll go to
all of
Italy
it.
and then I'll let you know.
You're gonna like Nashville more.
Oh yeah, probably. It's
Rome is sweet for different reasons. It's apples and oranges. Yeah, I'll just say it's apples and oranges. But yeah. But before you went on your trip, I had a baby, and we were in the hospital with him, and you dropped like this insane wisdom on me, like this analogy that you had, and I was like, yes, that's going to be the next episode of the podcast, whether it's a jabs or whether it takes up a little bit longer time. I haven't decided yet, but it was a pretty neat thing that you kind of thought up, and it just had my brain rolling like all this time, and I'm like, all right, cool, like let's hop on it this time. And you're like, nah, man, I'm on vacation. You got to wait till I get back. So this is like the day after you got back. I'm like, we're hopping on and we're talking about this because I can't wait anymore.
Yeah,
Just
so
really
you text
excited.
me like, you want a jabs? It's like me and Grant. Shout out Grant, the boy. He's all alone in Florida. I love you, kid. You'll be home soon.
He could have been on here. He could have been on here.
He could have been on here, but he's not.
We won't talk about that though.
No.
We'll get the next one.
We're in the pool, and I got a text message just like, nah. This is not a prime opportunity to do a jabs episode.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
But you did record some cool footage that I threw to an end on one of my videos that I'm gonna throw out here pretty soon. I might put it on this one.
Would have been a prime edit for Grant to hop on here.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll still give him credit. I mean, it's still him.
That's true.
And he has been on once already. What was that? Episode 3? Episode 3 of the Iron Purpose podcast is Grant Feltz. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. He's a cool guy. We're going to get him on here again. We haven't had we've got a 2-way call going, but it would be cool to get another person on here for the first time. So maybe the next one we can get him on, have the 3 of us do it.
Yeah.
Or Jack, my brother-in-law Jack, Courtney's brother Jack. I want to get him on too. He said anytime.
For the feed.
Man, maybe that would have been a good one to get him on. Oh, well, I don't want to surprise him last second.
Do it.
We're going to talk about this topic first. Yeah. Hey, click this link.
He's like, what? Is he at the gym?
He's probably at home. He was at home last night. I think he and his dad were watching a movie or something, just kind of hanging out. But
it is. Oh, it's Monday. It is Tuesday, so he's probably at the movie theater. But no,
that's tomorrow. No, today is Monday.
Yeah, I'm still in Florida time. I was incoherent at work today, and like my tan's slowly fading from my body.
Keep talking. I'm gonna text Jack. How crazy would it be if we just pulled him in mid-episode?
I'm here for it. I'm just hanging out. I'm gonna go blow my nose.
I'm gonna call Jack right now. Get him on speaker here.
What's up?
Hi, what are you doing?
I'm at my buddy's house right now.
Are you in a position to hop on a pod, or are you not in a position to hop on a pod?
I'm not in a position. I don't have my computer, unfortunately.
Lame.
Yeah, well, that's crazy because you can do it on the phone.
You are currently on the pod, so with Jonas. Jonas said, "Well, that's crazy because you can do it on your phone."
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll run it. I'll go down to my buddy's room.
Want to try it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are actively recording, so you're gonna pop in mid convo.
or it's gonna lag out my
Alright,
Wi-Fi
one
so
second.
bad.
Let me get set up.
And hold on, Jonas said, or it's gonna lag the Wi-Fi and it's gonna turn out really bad. But hey, let's we'll see if it works. Hold on, I'll send you the link.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
See ya.
This
So-
could be legendary.
I blew my nose, and nothing came
Yeah?
up. So maybe I just have a sniffing problem.
You probably do. Is it like a tick? I noticed that I have some. I like
Did
my
you, your
eyebrows do
eyebrows?
something weird.
Or maybe you want to push up
Like I do glasses and like my eyebrows. If you watch, I first noticed it in our Courtney and I's wedding video. I'm like walking and I look back at her and they like go, bah! They like go up a certain way. I'm like, that wasn't like a hey, how you doing kind of look. It was like a tick, like a. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Something I had never really thought of.
I roll my jaw a lot or crack it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You used to like chew on my cheeks really bad. Do you ever bite your lip?
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
a
I do.
cheek biter? My dentist doesn't like it when I do that.
Well, you can tell your dentist clean your teeth. You know. you know.
Quit talking. Are we here to talk or are we here to clean my teeth?
Yeah. I need to go to the dentist. I
yeah,
need to
when's the
clean my
last time
desk. There's way too many things to look at up here, and like I get nervous, and then I start like looking around.
That's all right. You got to get a setup to where you have stuff behind you. But I need to have a better setup too. Courtney thinks that I need to have less stuff, so I did. I took a lot of my stuff away. But she's like, you need to put some of it up on the wall, so it's a little more.
Yeah, I think
Fair,
it's the
but this
prime
isn't too
opportunity to like. Oh, whoa!
The hardware. Oh, is that?
Two-time
I just
rating.
did the eyebrow thing. If you rewind it, I did the eyebrow thing.
I saw it.
Anyway, what was that?
That is two-time rating.
that.
What?
I'm shaking my head because I know what it is, and
Yeah, it's
I'm coming
two-time
for
rating.
you.
Clay pigeon champion. And for the Anderson family.
Is that all it is?
No,
Yeah.
it's
I think we've
like
talked about it.
yeah. I mean, it's cool, but like someone could take it eventually. I think next year or this year when I order the trophy, I'm just gonna write 3-time MVP Clay pigeon.
It might have been a different story had I been to the other ones because I won the last one, the Christmas one, but since I wasn't at the one before, that's my own fault.
That is your
That's
own
my
fault.
own fault.
You know,
It is.
it really gets people to show up to family events.
It does, and it was a win-win for me. I mean, I like to see other people win, especially my brothers. So if I can go into the only event of the year and win it, and then you still win, like that's just a win-win for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think.
So you're like, well, I'll take. I won the war, but Bailey gets that battle. I'm like, well, it's the only one I got to fight in, so it leaves the door open for me.
Hey!
Oh! Let's go!
I hate people.
Yes!
Because both of your
Why?
Wi-Fi percentages say 99%, and mine says 7.
Yeah, you have terrible Wi-Fi, my boy.
Yeah, Jonas.
Right!
The last time we did this, it was loading for like
He's
3
gonna come down
days,
to
and
you
I was like,
and-
"Oh, it's finally up." Is he actually coming?
I hope
Yeah,
not.
huh?
No. He's like, "Why?" not like that.
I know.
Like,
It
like
just,
he actually
yeah.
felt like it needed him. Yeah.
He was like, he sprints down the stairs, hurts his back even more to come save you, and you're just not. You just
Right.
didn't even need him.
When we get the Wi-Fi boosted, dude.
Yeah, what do you have over there? Just like Booney Wi-Fi? Oh,
I think
Boonies?
it's actually just a bunch of twigs connected to the server, and it goes through the roots, or like through the trees.
What'd you say, Jack?
Got like foil on top, like shaped like.
Yeah, exactly.
You go upstairs and Mom and Brian have tinfoil on their heads to get the. Maybe you just need tinfoil on your head, and it will get the connection down better to you.
I was just saying, I got anything metal? You ever you have really bad service and like you're trying to send a snap or something, you just like throw your phone. Like maybe if it gets a little bit higher in the sky, it might connect. I'm not quite sure.
Can't say I've ever tried that.
But
Maybe it needs to get the correct wavelength, but
yeah.
But so obviously we have a guest appearance just on here. I thought that was pretty neat. We were talking about our topic that we're about to get into, and Grant was going to come on, but he's like, "No, I don't want to." And I was like, "Oh, I should have asked Jack." I was like, "I don't want to spring it on him last second." And Jonas goes, "Do it." So everybody, this is Jack Fischer, as you can read, I believe in the names. I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's showing in the aftermath, but Jack Fischer, brother-in-law, brother, basically. I don't know if you want to give a little bit about yourself while you're here, real quick, and then we'll dive into the topic. It's pretty relatable. It has Jonas kind of came up with it, and we were talking about it, and then I was listening to a Jocko podcast today that had a lot to do with it, and you're a big Jocko guy, so I think you'll be able to relate to it. But wanted to just give a little brief, just kind of, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and yeah, and then we'll get you on later on. You don't have to go too far because we'll get you on your own episode here pretty soon. But
Yeah, I'll just make it pretty basic.
Yeah.
Jack or Jackson Fisher. I am Bailey's brother-in-law. He ended up marrying my sister, so I've known these two fine gentlemen for quite a few years now, and currently just living life. And now I'm on the pod. Great time to be alive. Get on.
Let's go.
Guys on
Short
the
and
pod.
sweet. He just hit the highlights. Me and the podcast, and how you're a gentleman.
I appreciate it.
All right, Jonas, do you kind of want to hit it off? And then I've got some, I might be looking down. I'm taking notes and stuff while we're going, but I took a few notes myself, got some quotes. So, Jack, we literally just sprung this on you. So feel free to chime in where you feel necessary and kind of give your own opinion and input or your own story. Because I think that's where people grow, honestly, is having conversations like this and having different perspectives on it. That's why we do this. And especially when it's a solid group of guys like this. I consider you two very close and very, if I were to go to war, you'd be the ones that I would call, or one of the first couple of many that I would call. But Jonas, I don't know if you got anything written down on it, but take it away, kind of what we were talking
No,
about.
it's just in my brain. I think I've had this conversation with a couple people, and I've been, struggling to find myself. Like in our first podcast, we talked about it. Like I'm in the middle ground, not knowing to go left or right, up or down, and trying to go to the gym, trying to just better myself. And I said this to a couple people. I was like, if I can't love myself, why should I expect someone else to love me? And that's what started the whole process. So then I went to the next person, was talking to them about it, and I was like, it's almost like I thought about it more today. So it's almost like a guy's born with a flower pot, and a girl is born with a bouquet of flowers. And as you go through life, you get beat down, you get in a relationship, you get broken up with, or you break up with someone, or someone dies. Just all life things. Your pot slowly starts
Adversity.
to deteriorate. Yeah, adversity. Yeah, your pot slowly starts to deteriorate. Starts breaking, starts cracking, and as same for the girl, her flowers start to wilt. They need water, they need sun, so they start to wilt and start to fall. The petals start to fall away, and this conversation, when I said, was if I can't love myself, how is someone else supposed to love me? And it's then you have the pot. It's if I were to not do anything, not go to the gym, not try to stop going out as much, stop drinking as much, and do all this jazz, I'm just gonna be worthless. So I'm gonna knock on this girl's door, and she's gonna open up. We're going on a date or whatever, and I'm gonna be standing there with my pot that's broken in my hands, and she's like, "Well, what's that?" She's got a bouquet of flowers that are perfect, ready for a pot, And she's gonna be like, "Well, what have you been doing for the last year?" I was at home, just hanging out, being sad, being depressed, not going to church, going out every weekend, partying, not going to the gym, just doing stuff that doesn't help your life and help you grow as a human being. Mm-hmm. And then, then the analogy flips. So it's you do those things. You go to the gym, go to church, you stop going out as much, start becoming a better human being in your own ways. And you knock on the door and she opens it up, and you're, it still shows wear. You can see the cracks and stuff, but they're fixed, they're mended. And she's like, "Oh, I've seen your work that you put in, and that attracted me." whatever. She's like, and I have these for you, but it's like a perfect bouquet. And then you're like, so that's where that's how the analogy went.
Right. Or her bouquet is a wilted little flower, and she
Correct.
puts it
Yeah,
in the
because
pot.
it goes
It's like,
both ways. Yep.
because, and that goes for relationships. That analogy is like a relationship one, but I think it goes far beyond that too, and we'll get into it a little bit. But I think of that like with my wife, with Courtney. Like we've been together a long time. Well, at least I think we're going on 8 years now, so it's a decent amount of time and a long time to be working on a relationship. And had I not prepared myself going into that relationship, and maybe I wasn't the perfect person at the time for her, and it just kind of worked out, and we kind of grew. You were able to grow as a picture as a whole, as that, you think of a flower or an arrangement sitting on a table. You got the beautiful flower pot, and you got the beautiful thing of flowers, whatever that may look like, and
Yeah.
together you complement each other immensely. And had you not worked on yourself before then, you're going to be a little crummy, dirty looking piece of pot with this beautiful bouquet of flowers, and people are going to go, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, whatever, all right." But
Yeah.
on the inside, it's like he's broken. He's battling demons, all these other things, and sometimes it takes that other person to help mend the pot that where you can't in your own
correct.
way.
I was just gonna say
And
that.
same with, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just say it's like not necessarily that you're just gonna have a perfect pot when you find your person, and it's that there are some things that you can't fix or get over until you have that other the female point of view or the man's point of view that help you work through it together, that stuff.
Right. And I think that could even be in a friendship too, or a brotherhood too. Like you bring something to it, and there's probably other analogies that could come to mind when it comes to somebody bringing a flower pot, somebody bringing the flowers. But yeah, you're both bringing your best to that thing to make it as good as it can be, and then building together on it. And you're going to need to help water the flowers, and and the things that you're not going to be able to control, or stuff that she's going to have to control. Maybe getting the fertilizer, or getting in the sunshine, or getting that from the spiritual side, or you're helping form the pot when you're making it or whatever. But she's the only person, or he's the only person, or whatever, that's going to be able to fix that for you. So it's kind of cool. It all brings it back to being your best when your best is required, because you don't know when that person is going to come knocking at your door. When you're going to come across that beautiful bouquet of flowers, and you're like, holy crap, yeah, I got I got caught with my pot dirty,
Yeah.
for lack of better words. She comes knocking on the door like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, or I'm still just getting out of bed. What? I'm not ready for this. So we don't know when that moment's going to arise, when that adversity is going to hit us, and when we're going to be required to do something that we should have been ready to go for. We should have had our pot ready to receive this beautiful thing, whether it's a relationship or whether it's an opportunity to rise and grind through something. We don't know when that's going to be. So it all comes down to being your best when your best is required. And that was a quote by John Wooden. I believe he was a basketball coach, a college basketball coach. And my basketball coach growing up, he quoted him all the time, but I didn't realize that was his quote until I looked it up. But yeah, it's beautiful. You guys have anything else to add on that part of it before we dive into it a little bit more?
That's very similar to the saying of the I'm gonna butcher it. I can never remember how quotes exactly go, but if you run around trying to chase butterflies and catch the perfect one, it's that's gonna be a very hard process. Rather than if you focus on building the beautiful garden, you might be able to attract the butterfly. Attract it, you're still left with.
Let's go. Yes, I like that. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you're gonna grow tired and weary and say, why can't I catch the one? But yeah, build the garden and build it, and they will come. What is that? What is that? Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams out of the baseball movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
No, that's awesome though, man. Yeah, build that garden, and what I can think about, and this isn't getting too personal because it's just real. It's the reality of things. With Caden being born comes a lot of difficulties, a lot of different things that I probably wouldn't have been prepared to handle had I not gone through some stuff in my past. Courtney's dealing with just a little bit of mental stuff, after he's been born, with a little bit of anxiety and some stuff, and it's been really hard. It's been hard to see her have to go through this stuff, but I'm able to be at a point where I am mentally strong to carry that on. It's like, it's not something that I can carry for you, but I can. And I stole this quote from Frodo, or from
Yes,
Samwise Gamgee. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Yeah.
And he picks Frodo up, and they go up to Mount Doom, and they finish their quest. But all jokes aside, and I've been very vocal on here about stuff that I've gone through in my past with anxiety and different things in my careers that I've done. But had I not gone through those moments in my life where it's like, I know what deep, scary anxiety feels like, and I know the steps that it took for me to get out of it. So now to see her being in some moments where she's, anxious, worrying about things and not really having a reason why, and just having to hold her hand and be there for her, help her know that I can kind of relate to what she's feeling with, help her identify those feelings and validate them. Say, I understand why you're feeling this way, or it appears to me like it makes sense why you're feeling this way, and this is how we're going to get through them. And had I not taken those steps back when I was really struggling with it, I probably wouldn't have been able to carry her right now, and our relationship, could have gone a different way, or I could be trying to figure out how the heck I'm supposed to do this, and we'd both be really struggling. And that's not, and that's also not a testament to my own strength, because she's a superhuman in and of herself, and I couldn't do this without her either. But I wouldn't be able to have the same response that I had I not been prepared for it based off of my response for when I was dealing with it myself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
So it kind of relates in a little bit with, making sure that your pot is as good as it can be. And I also, there's another quote by Oprah. Not a big Oprah fan, but this quote was pretty good. Doing your best in this moment puts you in the best place for the next moment. So doing your best in the moment right now is going to put you in the best place for the next moment that comes up. So say, yeah, we are getting in the gym. We are out there, working our jobs. We're trying to make friendships and relationships. Like, just being the best person that you could be right now. You don't know when something's going to happen. And Jocko, in this podcast I talked about today, or that I was listening today, he said, like, getting set is something that how people are mentally preparing for certain things. He called it getting set. And he talked the analogy about one of his buddies. He's like, say you went home after work and I was hiding in your house and I jumped out and scared you. He's like, probably going to scare you pretty bad. But had I told you that I was hiding in your house and I was going to scare you when you got home, there'd probably be a different story. He's like, you're going to come in and I'm going to jump out. You're probably not going to be as scared, and you're going to know how to handle the situation, or you're going to be thinking about it while we're going. And he talked about how, if you're out on the streets and you're walking and you're not in the gym, you're not training jujitsu or some kind of situational awareness or something. Like, say when Courtney and I went to Italy, we're walking down the streets of Venice and there's all these alleyways and stuff, and it's like, oh man, this is a little sketchy. And say somebody jumps out and I wasn't prepared for it, he's probably going to take me down. And there's going to be like 5 to 6 different steps that I'm going to have to get through first before I can respond. It's going to be like, whoa, that's scary. What is going on? Where is Courtney? What do I need to do to get out of here? Whereas if I was prepared ahead of time, I completely take out all those steps. And Jocko said, when that guy comes out, he's going to be like, what? And then he said, and then you just got hip tossed, son. Like the guy comes out and immediately just hip tosses him right away. Because that was just his response. Because he was kind of walking down that alleyway going, okay, if somebody jumps out here, this is what I'm going to do. And I brought this up to some people before, and they're like, that's a very sad way to live when you're in this hyper, alertness, kind of like code red mentality of, if that guy has a knife, this is what I'm going to do. But it's more of doing it a couple times here and there. Like, what would I do if somebody jumped out right now? Or,
yeah,
Courtney's right here and I'm walking on the sidewalk right here. Maybe I should switch spots. So just in case something comes from this area. So it's not like you're continually trying to figure out, worst case scenario. You know what I mean?
I think that's ingrained in a lot of guys' brains, though.
Yeah.
You know how many times, I'm 16 years old in high school. I'm like, what would I do if like a school shooting happened? Like processing everything. Like, I feel like that's how it is. Maybe
right. And that's a good thing. No, and I think it's important because there are people that don't think like that at all, and that's okay. I think that's and something. And it's as far as schools go, like in those situations, there's a training that happens called Alice training. I don't remember what it stands for, but the sheriff's office has put it on before, and he says, "I don't want you to live life in this kind of scared, alert mindset because that's my job," is what he said. As the at the I think he was chief deputy at the time, Chief Deputy Cronstead. He was putting it on, but he said, that's my job to be alert so that you can continue to live your lives. And I even think of like a little kid. I was driving home one day and I saw her at the stop sign waiting for the school bus, and she had her head down, earphones in, and she was watching something. And I was just like, man, if somebody wanted to kidnap her, they probably could.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, who am I to tell those parents to tell that kid, to rob her of her innocence? You know what I mean? So it's like there's that fine line, and maybe it is ingrained in men, as caretakers, as that. I don't want to say warrior because not everybody's meant to be a warrior or a leader in that capacity, but maybe it is ingrained in us a little bit to try to look out for the weaker people or the more vulnerable people to protect them from situations like that, because we have seen how bad it can get, especially being involved in law enforcement. I mean, I know both your dads were cops, so it's you kind of understand that a little bit more than maybe average Joe Blow shopping at Target would. But I think just always being a little bit prepared, and even going to the gym. Like both of you guys are very active in the gym. You're both physically fit people. I saw this video of this lady who was pushing a stroller, walking towards a street, and she slips and falls, and she can't get back up because she's severely overweight, and the stroller is going right for a busy road, and some other guy comes running in and grabs it. It's like, if that was me, like, you don't ever want to put yourself in a situation to where when your best is required, you're not able to give it. Like, she should have been in the gym. She should have been, trying to eat better. She should have trying to, if not for herself to live a longer, prosperous life, for her kid or whoever this was, her past self should have been preparing in a way that she's able to take care of her child as a mother, like a mama bear. Say you're walking in the woods and you see some cubs and you go to snatch them up, and this like little frail mama bear comes out. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm taking these. but but you see this huge beast mammoth of a mama bear get in the way. It's like, okay, that mama bear is prepared to do whatever she has to do to protect her kids. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're not working towards that, if you're not, if your mentality is not great, like do something about it. If you're not going to the gym or not trying to better yourself, like do something about it, because you don't know when something is going to rise in your future. Whether it's, maybe it's a death in the family, maybe it's, you get fired from a job, or you go into this mental, just turmoil. Who knows what could happen if you're
Mm-hmm.
not prepared for that moment, and it is tough to prepare for any moment, but if you're not putting your best foot forward to be the best possible version you can be, how can you expect to operate in a manner that is inconsistent with the way that you see yourself now, if that makes sense? So I don't know. It's kind of, I'm not trying to get too preachy, but it's just something that's really been on my heart lately, especially after you brought up that topic. It's like, holy smokes, like, what excuse do I have? And this was another thing that I was going to talk about. I never got around to making an episode on it, but there's a guy that I graduated with. He was my age, and he moved on to Arizona and started his own family and all this stuff. And just before this past Christmas, I think it was around November, he went into the emergency room because he thought that he had a cold, and ended up finding out that he had stage 4 cancer, and I can't remember where it was at. And this guy that had his whole life ahead of him, all these goals, all these things. He has a daughter, and a son is on the way. And I think it was 4 months after he found out that he had cancer, he ended up passing away. And it's just like, it really hits you, because it's like, dang, like, he's my age, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I have all this stuff ahead of me. I think I have all these goals and aspirations and stuff that's just like, I'll take care of it tomorrow. And don't get me wrong, there are times where you can chill and just enjoy life and not have to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. But like, putting it off, and just being completely lazy, not going to the gym, not trying to take care of or yourself in some way, like, we don't know how much time we're going to be given. And in his shoes, Sawyer, he he thought he had a lot going for him yet. He thought he had a lot of time left to live. And same with Grandpa Bob. He was 80 years old and ended up with some complications due to the COVID and everything and health issues and pneumonia. He ended up passing away, and he told the nurses that he had 20 years of life left. He had stuff that was undone, stuff he needed to do, and it's like for me, like, and we've talked about this before, Jonas, with like military guys and people overseas who can't do the things that we get to do. Like I get to wake up, I get to walk down the stairs with two legs, I get to drink water with with my two hands. I can pick up my stuff and I can see and I can breathe and I can feel. These people don't have the opportunity to do that anymore. So it's like, what's my excuse? What am I doing? Like, why can't I go out there and try to live the best life that I have? Because who knows how much longer that we have it. And bringing my best every day, there may be days, like I said, where you need to take a break. Like, you don't want to always be distracting yourself and being so busy that you're not paying attention to what's around you, but living in the moment. But I don't know, life's too short and there's too many things that could happen to where your best is going to be required. And if you're not even trying, if you're not even trying to put one foot in front of the other, you're either going to end flat on your face. Somebody else is going to, take what you were trying to get, or you'll just miss out on the opportunity. It's like that quote that's, my worst nightmare is meeting who I could have been, the day that I die, the day that I move on from this world. So I don't know, kind of deep. I know it just kind of got pretty deep, but it's just, that's what your topic kind of brought out, it's,
Oh yeah.
be the best you can be for your current situation. Be that beautiful pot, because you never know when life's going to hand you a bouquet of flowers that needs it to be, and that could be a little kid, which I was just handed. Like is my pot strong enough to hold the flowers, the bouquet of a little kid coming into this world, or my job, in any role that I'm trying to get, or as I'm trying to go up, like, am I ready to hold that? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And maybe it's going to take a couple more pots. Maybe we'll need to come together and form a big pot so we can all hold each other's bouquets. But it's life, man. It's life. And, you can't do it alone either. But it's good stuff. It's a good topic. And I'm glad you brought it up. What, John?
What?
There's actually I called it a verse, but in that book that I'd given you a while back, Jocko's book, the Discipline Equals Freedom book, he talks somewhat about that. It relates more to the gym than anything, but about being able to give yourself rest days, but also knowing when you need to push yourself. And his tactic that he uses is, if he thinks like he needs the rest day, like you get home from work and you're like, oh, I don't want to go do this. I don't want to go lift right now. Go that day, still go and do your best. And then that next day, if you still feel like you need a rest, but then you can take it. But you'll always get there and you'll do it and you'll feel good after the workout and you're like, yeah, that was worth it. And then the next do it again, like, yeah, it was worth it. And you get the momentum going. You don't get in that slump of like, I'm just too tired, I'm just gonna lay in the couch tonight or whatever. Like, if you need it multiple days in a row and you're really feeling like, yeah, I need to take a 1 day break or something like that, then you can do it. But if you are just in a slump of a 1 day thing, like you had a bad day or something, you don't have the motivation to do the gym or whatever it is, just do it and see how you feel afterwards and the next day,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't. It makes me think. Go ahead.
I don't think there's like a day I've gone to the gym and not left going like, man, that was so worth it. Or like, unless I'm like if I'm sick, I've gone to the gym and I'm like, I'm gonna die later. Like, I just know it. But and like just like a motivational mindset where I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I get to the gym and I'm like on crack after. Like, that's just the best ever.
Right. Yeah, because I've had those days where you want to skip. You're like, oh, yeah, I'll get the next one, and then it turns into, yeah, I'll get the next one, and before you know it, you're not going to the gym anymore, and then you're like, oh man, I feel like crap.
Yeah. Well, this is on you. This is on you, Bailey. I took like 10 days off of the gym, and I didn't go today because you want to do the podcast. So that was on you.
If we look back on the conversation, you said,
you're right. No gym because I was in.
He stands corrected. Didn't even have to pull it up. You said.
Yeah. Okay. That is on me. I could have woken up earlier and gone.
You said no gym as I worked in Garrison today. That's what you said. I got receipts, man. Receipts.
Yeah. Okay. But like, I was implying that like I it would have been later. I wouldn't have been able to hop on until like now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we made it work. There's
Yeah.
always tomorrow. Give yourself the grace. It's okay if you didn't go today. I didn't either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I
went on
sat
a
on
walk.
the beach and got fat for like 9 days.
Well, I'm gonna be doing that pretty soon. And Jack just got back from doing that, but he still worked out while he was there, so he can't. He's just a beast.
Yeah.
I hope when we do this back, or I hope when this is done, that it's lined up as it goes, because I'm like pointing like, yeah, Jack, he's over here.
We're all just. Can't you like settings though?
What?
Can't you like change the settings? Because like that one time,
Mm-hmm.
like if like I would talk, I would like whoop, and then like you would talk, you go whoop, and I would.
Yeah, that's what's neat about this software is you can kind of switch it up a little bit. You can move people up and down. You can have it. You've probably seen in some of my reels that you can mess with it a little bit to make it how you want it.
So you can make a sick Jack edit with us instead of
Jack edit.
Yeah.
Instead of Grant.
Yeah, like the one you did.
I can. I definitely could. I don't know if I have videos. I probably
have
videos
some.
of Jack doing something cool. You should send them to me.
I might have some Jack do something stupid.
Don't send them. I think the first video I thought of was one time. This was back when Courtney and I just started dating. Jack came walking out from his room, and we were downstairs watching a movie. He was in full snowmobile suit gear with his helmet on and everything, and then like jumped up on the couch to like do a trick on his snowboard. I think I have him. I'd have to find it.
I know exactly what video you're talking.
Yeah, I'd put that on
Good
there for
times.
sure.
I might have to. Yeah, it's been getting kind of fun with this the app, kind of throwing music and stuff to different videos and hyping up the stuff. But yeah, you guys got anything else you want to add before we wrap this up? This was supposed to be a jabs, but it kind of turned into a normal episode, and I'm kind of okay with it.
Bed?
How what?
Oh, it's been 41 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I was just wondering.
Also, can you see the little the people on the side? Am I pointing at you, Jonas, right here?
No, for me, I'm up top into the right.
Is Jack down here though?
Yeah, Jack's at the bottom.
His picture. Can you see it?
Whoa, no, I can't. I can't see his. I see him. I can't see like his contact picture. If that's what you want.
Oh, really?
Contact photos on it too.
It must just be for the host.
Huh.
But I've got it shows me, Jonas, and then you, and then it shows the it says host, guest, and it shows mine 100% uploaded, Jack's is 100% uploaded, and Jonas is 6% uploaded. Oh, it went down to 5. Just went down to 5.
I honestly might have to like go to one of my buddies' houses that has like good Wi-Fi and just get it over with.
Yeah, because I can't even edit this until yours is uploaded. So
That's so stupid. If this isn't a sign that I have awful Wi-Fi, I don't know what it is. And Mom just doesn't believe me.
Mom will watch this and will be like, "Mom,
Yeah, Mom.
update the Wi-Fi."
Brian.
Or you guys could, or you could move out and find your own place.
Working on it, man. Give me some time.
Yeah, Jack, you
I
find the
know.
house. I the first thing I'll do is buy Starlink.
Deal.
If I
Wheels
want
are-
to set them up.
Have you wait, you set up Starlink?
Yeah, me and Casey put one on a roof years ago.
Nice. There you go. Any headway on that front there, Jack?
Yeah, we've toured a couple houses just to kind of see what's out there and see the market, but we're still waiting on a couple things to get lined up from the bank and that kind of thing. Everything's solid, and then once that happens, it's just kind of right to the ground, and we'll scoop one up and flip it around and make it livable and
There you go.
nice for me and the two fellas, and then
Yeah, it's super convenient that I'm in construction.
yeah.
What's the other guy gonna bring to the table?
Yeah, Tim.
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 Yeah, Tim. What are you bringing to the table, Tim?
Yeah,
Well,
Tim.
get him on here quick so we can grill him.
I don't know how many you can have on this at once.
Probably a lot. No, I think.
Should I try one more time, or are we trying to bounce? No, maybe we'll get him on the next one. The baby's I gotta probably quiet down here pretty soon.
No, I think.
Courtney's probably
Tim's
sleeping on this.
gonna be like the dad.
Tim already texted It's like, I know you and Jonas are going to be the rambunctious ones. I've accepted the dad role.
The
Like,
dad roll.
perfect.
You guys will come home and it'll be like sitting under the lamp and turn it
Yeah.
on and look at you. Where have you been?
Like,
Where have you boys been?
Sorry, Dad. And then you'll both walk away and Jack will come back. Hey, rent stew, can I have it, please?
Yeah. Hey, get your car by parking spot.
Yeah, come on, idiot. Funny
No,
stuff.
but we get to see Tim on Friday because his birthday is Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Were you guys in that Snap group chat?
Yeah.
Yes. We were.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to make it, unfortunately, but
Dang.
baby duties.
That's valid.
That's all right. Got to do it.
Gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is. And Courtney's birthday's on Saturday, so
Mm-hmm.
probably doing something that day. Friday. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. We'll see. But well, cool, boys. Yeah, it was a good one. I labeled this this episode's gonna be labeled Pots and Flowers.
Pot flowers.
And you know, is there any other quotes? I think I nailed all the quotes. Yeah. Oh, we'll leave with this one. The last quote: "Life responds to effort, not expectation." Life responds to effort, not expectation. We can have expectations all day long, but
You're gonna get done. You're gonna go on Instagram and you're gonna watch the most recent video I sent you, and it's gonna tie in perfectly to that what you just said.
really,
Yeah, or you can pop it up right now if you want to.
I
don't know if
might
that's
just
like
kind of finish
copyright.
it out.
Is that copyright infringement? It's a
It
video.
might be. Who is it from? How long is it? Oh,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
pastor guy.
Yeah.
How long is it?
I don't know. I don't
Alright,
remember.
yeah, so-
Please let your dog in down there and keep him down there. Okay, Mom.
Did Mav poop?
I don't know. He's doing math things. He's chilling.
You know, I'll just share this to the episode.
Is it not
This
true
looks
though?
good. Yeah,
Okay.
this is good. The volume's going on my headphones, so it's not so you guys can't hear it, obviously. But
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
that's good. That's cool. Yeah, guys. So keep up the effort. Don't expect life to hand you anything, and you guys are both guys that already have that mentality. So I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
But,
Jack, you want to go to yoga sculpt tomorrow night?
Oh. Wait, what's that?
6.
Yeah, you want to go to a movie with my dad after? It's
oh,
like
that's
7.
right.
Oh yeah, we talked about this before Jack got on, which is funny. What
Oh
movie?
no way.
Novocaine.
Okay, with that guy
Like
that's boys. The boys.
Oh, you guys lagged, but yeah, it's an action movie. We plan to go to I think it's 7:15, so we could probably line it perfect if you want to come.
Okay, so if we did go to yoga, it would be 6 to 6:45. We'd be showered in the car. There, we might be running slightly late. I think we make it work.
Dave will
Depends on
hook
how
it.
fast you shower.
Yeah.
Dave
How
will be
big?
waiting. He'll be there 30 minutes early.
Or we
watching
could
the
just
movie before.
or just go to like a normal gym session and then not go to yoga sculpt.
Up
See
to
the next one.
I'll just bum at your house till you're done with work, because I bet I'm gonna finish before you.
Oh, true. You're gonna be up here anyways, right?
Yeah.
You can fix
Yeah,
his
then we
Wi-Fi.
could-
Put Starlink
yeah.
at mom's.
Yeah. You should just pack a bag. What's up, my boy? Man. This episode's full of guests.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, then just pack a bag, and then you can just stay in the spot, and then you'd be so much closer to work tomorrow, the next day.
I could.
You
I could.
You guys just casually making plans for tomorrow on the podcast.
On the podcast.
Our lives.
Iron Purpose featuring Jack and Jonas's plans.
Yeah.
Jack and Joe's plan what to do for the week. We talked tomorrow, talked about Saturday, so we just need to figure out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then we're golden.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Excellent.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right, boys. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate your time, Jack. Thanks for coming on and sticking with us. We pulled you on last minute. I don't know what you're doing before this, but you're for the boys, as the Jonas's hat shows.
Bye.
The boys.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it, Jonas. Good job bringing up the content, the question. Hopefully, it gives some people to talk about. And then also Jack, your perspective on the breaks too. Like, it's okay to take breaks, but don't get lazy with it as well. To kind of tone down my my work, prepare. Like, it's okay to have breaks, but don't sell yourself short either. Don't cut yourself short. So I appreciate that perspective. Keep on keeping on, my boys.
All right.
Dipsticks.